Hey guys, it's Jaden and welcome back. Today we're talking about RWBY. I've been wanting to do like a RWBY series for a while, so I'm actually just gonna do it this time. Obviously we're on season 8. Well, we're on episode 1, Divide. Basically, we're setting the tone out the gate for the entire season, and I'll be honest, RWBY's one of those series where like I typically forget exactly what happened last season. I have to like kind of jog my memory a little bit. And basically, this was just me piecing them together because I was not watching a recap. Just saying that. Should I? Probably. I do enjoy the series. I can watch it over, but I just was not watching a recap. Especially with the episodes being around 15, 20 minutes. That'll take hours. Let's just sum it up real quick before I can really get into like what I'm noticing, what I'm seeing. We have this random girl struggling on the floor. You know, Salem is in her Grim Whale helicarrier situation. Cinder is back. She brought Neapolitan with her. Emerald finally got some new outfits. Mercury got a new outfit. You know, all of Team Salem has arrived and is ready for, you know, taking on Atlas. Obviously, the relic of knowledge is gone from Team RWBY, and you know, so that kind of sucks. Meanwhile, RWBY and company are essentially fugitives on the run. Crow and Robin are basically being taken to jail. And the team is kind of like fracturing just a little bit because they didn't really know what would be the next plan. Yang is kind of doubting RWBY as being like the leader, which, I mean, let's be honest, it's not RWBY's fault why Ironwood chose to be, you know, a douchebag and basically make them fugitives and not want to work with them. Like, it's just his own fear and paranoia, and without Ozpin around, it's just like sucks. Speaking of Ozpin is back, still in Oscar. We're not gonna have that conversation, basically. That's what they said. Essentially, the episode really goes with, you know, we're gonna split up into 2 teams just because it's based off on what they think is best for the next ideals and stuff like that. So you have Ren, you have Yang, you have Jian, you have Oscar. They're all going to be down in Mantle, protecting Mantle because, you know, we got to protect Mantle, especially since Ironwood turned off the heat. And the only place to really, you know, be calm and, you know, warm would be basically Crater. However, on the other end, you have RWBY, you have Blake, you have Weiss, you have Nora, you have Penny. They're all like, no, we need to basically tell the world what's happening here right now. Like, we can't be disconnected anymore. We need to launch Amity Tower. That's just what needs to happen. And for the most part, I'm with them. I'm with it. I'm here for the teams. I'm here for both sides. Ironwood kills a councilman. I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, Ironwood has lost his mind. I think we all can agree with that. And I'm pretty sure, you know, the Lucky Aces or the A-Team or whatever the hell the Atlas squad was called, they have lost their main guy. He looked like he was dead, like for real, like gone. So, or maybe a coma, but I'm gonna go with dead. So he's probably gone. You know, good luck didn't help him there. Wow, I need to stop. Yeah, also Winter's in the hospital because she got her ass whooped last season too. And essentially the episode really just ends off with Salem sending Graham after, I'm pretty sure, Oscar. So here's the thing. So some notable things, you know how basically every single music video really, you know, gives us a grasp, a deep grasp into like what, you know, the season's going to behold for us. And I think that, you know, this song really didn't catch me, but, you know, it typically takes a couple listens for me to like, woo, you know, but I think visually it's probably the best. I love the callbacks to basically like their youth, like all of Team RWBY's youth is like, wow, the good old days of just, you know, a little so simple, just comedy and having a food fight, right? And now it's like, wow, we're on the brink. I'm in the dead of cold and I'm fighting some grim, you know, like kind of sucks. I think that we're obviously gonna have a big battle in the end. I believe Watts is not dead at all. I don't think Neapolitan really knows what she got herself into. I really hope that Emerald can get over her fanaticism towards Cinder. Can Mercury get some more talking or some speaking roles? Really would love that. I feel like RWBY is going to end up confronting confronting probably Salem this season. I don't really know what's going to come of that, but I'm just predicting that that's probably going to happen. Obviously, somehow Oscar's either going to get caught or he's not. So I'm going to go with he doesn't get caught, because I don't think Oz is going to allow that to happen. Ironwood has lost his mind. I see Ironwood possibly dying this season. It just makes sense. Truly, it just makes sense. He's kind of unraveling at this point. He's going back and forth on his decisions on like, hey, I have to protect Atlas. I have to protect, the last bastion. But like, I don't know. He's just very in a particular way. After he killed the councilman, I was like, yeah, again, I don't know what's happening there. I do think that eventually in this season we're going to get an episode that's really solely focused on Crow and Robin. I don't want that episode because I can already tell it's going to be a downer. The thing about Crow is, what was his name? Aesop? Not Aesop. Well, basically Aesop. The happy Aesop. He, the one that died or is in a coma. We don't really know, honestly. He was probably the best person for Crow to be around, and I really thought that I sensed some type of tension, some type of relationship between them, like possible simmering, but like, they have their own loyalties for things. I think that the reason why he was like really, they were good for each other was because, he's the only person that kind of nullified like Crow's powers of just being like misfortune all the time. So that was pretty good. But I don't know, it just kind of sucks, to be honest. Don't really want that episode though, of him and Robin being in jail. Just don't. Not at all, right? Just not at all. I do think that, obviously RWBY and Yang are going their separate ways when it comes to protecting people from the Grimm, and I think they're both right. However, maybe this is good because it's going to switch up the teams just a little bit. Yeah, honestly, that's my watching this show every week, but if I'm paying the Rooster first to watch it on time, then might as well talk about it. Anyway, let me know, how do you feel about RWBY? How do you feel about starting off? I know the whole situation of like, well, this is very different than like the past seasons. I just it is what it is. I'm excited to watch it. I'm excited to see. That's just the whole thing right here. Let me know how you feel about it. Down in the comments. We'd love to have that conversation. I will talk to y'all next week. Honestly, probably the end of this week because I'm going to be shooting this again. Anyway, talk to you later. Bye.